Kyle here from All Media Reviews, here to do another new kind of video, maybe experiment. I've talked about I mentioned this, alluded to this, and what this is I'm going to be doing is there's a website called, as a progressive rock fan, there's a lot of like resources. silverdb.com is one of them. There's been a lot of websites historically. One of them that people mention. I mean, there's progressiveears, which is really just a message board, really. But there's Progarchives, which is a message board, has a message board, but then also has just a list of, a long list of band names, artists, and reviews, scores, ratings, commentary, that kind of thing. And for the most part, what I've always stood out to me about this site and why I don't typically use it, but people reference it, is its categories and subcategories and subcategories, subgenre. How many different kind of genres, and everything's being put in a box, and it kind of drives me up the wall. And why I've shown very little support. I prefer Rate Your Music, although Rate Your Music is very head scratching and eye rolling too. I noticed what was the band the other day that I was looking at, and one of the styles was like dork rock or something like that. What was it? It was just yesterday. But anyway, Rate Your Music isn't perfect, but at least it isn't as so constricted about this is prog, this isn't prog, this has to be this kind of prog, and this has to be that kind of prog. It isn't quite as narrow defining. So what I did is I came up with a list of artists. I just kind of went like a random list of artists that I thought, I wonder if they're on there. I know Scott from the Prog Corner has mentioned more than once that XTC is not on Progarchives, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. But again, that's kind of indicative of one of the several point of contentions about their website. So I came up with a list. I have a list of mostly artists from the 2010s that I like, that sort of define the decade for my taste or for me. So I just came up with them. I went to this website called Wheel of Names. It's like a wheel spinning thing. I might use it for more things in the future, just for random drawing, that kind of thing, and just to see where, just to randomly pick one. I could just go down the list, but I don't know how many I'll look up. I'm gonna look these artists up on Progarchives to see. See, here's Progarchives right here. So you can just see. Look at all the, they have to put everything in a box. I mean, this is actually mild or crossover prog. What does crossover prog mean? It's crossing over to what? Eclectic prog, because it has too many kinds of genres. You can, too many kinds of styles. Heavy prog. Well, of course, something that's, anything related to metal has to be under that. Indo prog, rock. Again, this is just, you're thinking way too much thinking. So I'm just skeptical that they have certain artists in here. They're supposed to be this massive resource, so I'm skeptical. Like, they don't have XCC on here. But it's gonna bug me what the album that I was from, something that I from an I think it was might have been Small League Sink Ships, actually. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll maybe follow up with that. So how does this work? I guess you just click to spin. So I'm gonna do that and see what I get. Which one of these artists? So Gatherer. All right, let's see. Let's see if Gatherer is on here. I'm not talking about the Gatherer band from New Jersey. This is the one from Down Under that doesn't, from New Zealand, doesn't exist anymore. That Kimbrough was talking about. So let's see if Gatherer is on here. What do you know? We don't have Gatherer. So, all right, let's keep going here. I'm one for one. I'm gonna tally. I'll do like 10 or 15 or whatever. So remove it. So let's spin again. I'm willing to bet most of, if not all of these names aren't on their site. The Mercury Tree. I think they're on here because they've played prog festivals, so... and I'm actually not... They're doing all the microtonal stuff now, as much as I want to support Ben Spees and stuff. Their music itself has been very limited for my taste, unfortunately, recently. Let's see. So what is like discography for... No, not in the forum, just in their discography. So they are in here. Okay, so 1 for 2. All right. Or 1 for 2. Okay, remove them. All right. A few artists I might get in here that I would say I wouldn't expect to be in here because they're not really. Their prog related to prog is so super loose. Okay, Venart or Warpaint? Warpaint. I would be surprised if they're on here, but arguably they're psych rock, they're post rock, they're very hypnotic. Um, I always reminded me of Pink Floyd at times. No, no, again, this is where Progarchives fails. They don't have Warpaint, not the Rush song, the all-female band from California, who I would argue is very progressive. So 2 for 3, I am. All right, remove. Let's see what we get here. Nea Obliviscaris is probably going to be on there. No Sound, I would guess they are because they're on the K-Scope label. But let's just see. I would guess No Sound's on here. Yes, okay, so 2 for 4. All right. All right. I mean, this is an end. It doesn't have to be restricted just to the 2010s artist defining to me. I'm going to go through a lot more stuff potentially. I mean, those are the long lists. I don't know how many of these I'll do. I may come up with a completely different list next time. I'm not sure. So, all right, number 5. So 2 out of 4 are on there. 2 out of 4 are not on there. I think Anathema's probably on there. Ben Sinister or Bent Knee? Bent Knee, I would guess, is because they played at Berkeley. They've been toured with prog bands. I'd be surprised if Bentley. So far my theory is only half true because I'm getting a lot of artists that are, yeah, okay, they're on here. So, all right, so 2 for 5 so far. Let's go again here. I think neither timbre, almost no chance, and I'd argue she is. She's listed as progressive folk on Rate Your Music. Timbre Serpke, the harpist who did that epic record. No. So 3 for 6. Here we go again. That's Marquetta or Glover or Kimbra. I think neither of them are on here. And I've talked about Kimbra countless times, and I would argue she's prog. She's a fan of prog, huge Mars Volta fan. Let's see. Nope. Even though she was on the Mew album, that doesn't count. Nope. Kimbra, so 3 for 6, 4 for 7. I think Crippled Black Phoenix will be on here, but let's just see. The Deer Hunter's going to definitely be on there. Dream the Electric Sleep or Everything Everything. I'm guessing Dream the Electric Sleep is on here, but let's find out. They're probably listed as crossover prog or something like that. Because they're not prog enough. Yeah, they are. So, what is it? 4 for 7, 4 for 8. Let's see. Yeah, none of these are going to be on there, I would guess. Team Me. Team Me. Muse on, but all they are. I'm actually surprised. All right, that's the first real surprise to me. So, what was I? Was it 4 out of 5 out of? Was it 4 out of 7? 5 out of 8. So 5 out of 9. Okay. That's the first real surprise. 5 out of 9. Typhoon's not going to be on there. I'll be very surprised. This will mean more than half of these on my sampling size. Nope. Nope. Chamber Rock Band, the Massive Chamber Rock Typhoon, not on there. So 6 out of 10 so far. I don't know how many more I'm going to do of these. I got to get going, but I'll do maybe 5 more. Let's just see. Janelle will not be on there. Well, she's commercially known though, but let's see. All the snobs on there. Well, she's on the forum. She's been mentioned in the forum, crossover prog, but no. No, so 7 out of 11. Yeah, I'm starting to really get on a hot streak here. King Gizzard's and I bet you Major Parkinson's on here. Because, again, they're sort of associated with the prog scene, even though they're more, you know, avant-garde, highly influenced by, like, Mr. Bungle, that kind of stuff, and the Cardiacs, rather, not the car. Yeah, so 7 out of 11, 7 out of 12, all right. None of these are going to be on there. Vector, almost no chance. Progressive thrash metal, modern progressive thrash metal. There's hordes of metal bands. Oh wow, I'm actually surprised. They must have been added recently. All right, 7 out of 12, 7 out of 13 now. So I'm actually really surprised. Well, maybe they have more metal than I realized. There's still tons of metal bands I'm sure that aren't on here though. Because there's metal archives. That's the thing. The Deer Hunter I'm not going to count because they're given. Dirt Poor Robins, let's see. I'm going to guess that they are, but if they're not, it wouldn't surprise me. They've caught on to the prog scene in the last 5 years when I basically got into them. No, they're not. Dirt Poor Robins not on your website, Progarchives. So 7 out of, let's see, 8 out of 14. Still more than half of these lit names aren't on there. Now, something like Capital Cities probably doesn't belong. All right, Gortia, or Hotel the Laughing Tree. Hotel the Laughing Tree? I don't think they're on here. I could be wrong, but I'm not expecting them to be on here. Nope. Nope. 8 out of 14. 9 out of 15 so far. Or I'll do 5 more and then I'm going to call it a day, and I'll have to resume this in the next part. Or I'll just come up with another list. Rachel Flowers will definitely be on there, but Foles, no chance. Almost no chance that Foles. Although I didn't think Vector would be on here, but no. They're not listed. So 9 out of 15, 10 out of 16. Everything has to be approved on those stupid websites. I mean, that's another reason why I don't love this site. I think Galactic Cowboy Orchestra will be on here, but I'm not sure. But I kind of think they will be because they've played prog festivals. Now, Leto and Wright, of course, probably wouldn't be. I can't remember if I actually had them. Yes. So 10 out of 15, 10 out of 16. Mayor Hawthorne doesn't really belong to this. Mute Math, Neobliviscaris is probably on there because they've become so associated with Opeth. But let's find out. Yeah, they are. So 10 out of 16, 10 out of 17. I'm really kind of jumped ship on them, unfortunately. Not spoiling my albums of the year thing, but Cloud Cult, I bet, are not on here. And they totally should be, but let's find out. No. 11 out of 18. Kindo's going to be on there, but the River Empires? This one, and I kind of lumped all of them. Let's look them all up. If any of them are on, I'll count it, but I'd be surprised. The River Empires would be the most likely. Nope. Falling Up. There's no way that Gloomcatcher would be on here if the River Empires. But Falling Up, min no, no. So 11 out of that's 12 out of 18. 12 out of 18, 12 out of 19. Small Lake Sing Ships or Esperanza? No. No. So there you go. So that's like 13 out of 20. So that's what, 65%, you know, of artists that I, for the most part, consider progressive. Like prog, the whole prog versus progressive thing, of course, but I'll do more of this. I don't know if I'll resume this list or whatever, or I'm gonna come up with another list. But just kind of goes back to my feeling of while people like this site, it's a resource, Progarchives. Why I have issue with the people that run it, the whole genre snobbery, and this is good, this is not good, this is in, this is out. The kind of ethos and mentality of being into kind of this kind of progressive or artsy music, but that's just my own take. I know people love this site. People use the forum. People like the site. They don't like the forum. The forum, I think, is probably in a lot of ways I have more issues than the actual listings on the site and the reviews. But yeah, this is just kind of testing my perception. Not that every site's gonna have everything. There's millions of bands. It's too hard to keep up with. But it just kind of goes back to why I kind of lean toward Rate Your Music more than this site, because they don't put everything so much in a box. So, but anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing recently. If you've subscribed, I was on the Zappa top 10 songs list. That was really appreciated. I still haven't listened to that playlist yet. I'm going to do that once, get through all this end of the year stuff and get back to the other regular stuff like the end the albums of the retro albums of the year. But again, thank you for subscribing if you have. But if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to all these people that I've been interacting with. Spinning Prog and some of the new channels. But again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.